Hey guys, MD Prepper here, doing a quick review, initial review, on a low-cost little prepping item for power outages, snowstorms, SHTF, that type thing. This is a little lightweight portable folding grill from SE, made in China, very cheap stuff, very thin little grill for about 10 bucks that I picked up that will burn your charcoal briquettes in a fairly small container and fairly efficiently. I thought this would be a great little pickup for 10 bucks. I still think it is for 10 bucks just to have around. Just because, what if the power goes out? Summer, winter, whatever. I've got stuff in the freezer, got stuff in the fridge that needs to be cooked. Well, why waste propane fuel and other things like that if I have extra charcoal sitting around? Do I need to break out my giant Weber grill and waste all that fuel for just a few pieces of meat, a few burgers or something like that, or just a chicken breast, or boiling a pot of water, or what have you? No, it's probably better to use stuff that I can outside when I need to. And so I've got extra charcoal briquettes laying around. This is going to get the job done. You could possibly use wood in this, twigs and stuff like that, but I don't know, I hadn't tried it out yet. I think it's worth the overall price of 10 bucks just to keep around. Primarily at the home, if you live in an apartment, something like that, have a deck out, patio, something like that. This would be fine if you had to. Let me give you the dimensions on this thing. The open size is 9.5 inches by 9.5 inches by 4.5 tall. The folded size is 9.5 by 9.5 and 3/8 of an inch in height once it's folded down. It does have four little wire removable legs. I'll show you here in a minute. Total weight of the grill is 3/4 of a pound. Max weight on the grill is 6.5 pounds, so you could obviously put a pot here with some water on it, whatnot, and boil things if you needed to. So, anyway, here's what it looks like in the package. Right here, I've obviously taken it out so you can see it, but that's what it looks like. Now, the grate on top, very thin, but it's going to be fine, nothing major. Got some little lips there to hold things a little bit so it doesn't slide off accidentally necessarily. This may actually fit down and wedge into the internals here for a firmer fit. I've not tried that. I don't think that's worth the effort because I want to be able to take my gloves or tongs or whatever and lift this thing off if I need to add extra fuel to it. I don't want it locked into place necessarily. Like I said, very cheap construction. You can see it right there. Flexes fairly easily. This is not going to hold up real well in a pack or heavy use, but keep it in the car or primarily at home. I'm going to keep this in the garage in case I ever need it and pull it out of my front deck or wherever it's covered up and cook myself a little small meal. It's going to be just fine overall. Now, got little small little removable legs here that are just little pins basically. I'm not going to take those out at the minute or at the moment. But you don't want to move this thing around a lot. You don't want to pick it up because those will fall out. So put this in place where you want to use it first. Got a little small vent hole right here. See that right there? Hopefully you can. To control some of the airflow, just very basic. Got vent holes on this side and the back. So you're going to get fairly good ventilation in here for oxygen and whatnot. Folds up fairly small. I'll show you that here in a second. But like I said, this is a fairly decent cooking surface for 1 or 2 people. If you've got some burgers or chicken or whatever the heck else you need to cook, or again, need to put a pot on this thing to boil water in, why not use charcoal if you've got some outside area to use? Why would you want to waste your propane fuel for heaters and all that other type of stuff if you can step outside and cook? If you've got the charcoal bags, might as well have the extra fuel. So for 10 bucks, I think this is worth the price just to have around, just in case of emergency. Like I said, I don't think this thing's going to hold up real well in pack carry and that type of stuff, but why would I want to carry this and charcoal out in the field necessarily? I don't think so. I'd rather get my fuel out there, out in the world, in the woods and stuff like that. But for home use, when I've already got a grill and all that, it's worth the 10 bucks, I think. Now let me go ahead and try to break this thing down for you real quick. Fairly simple. It's going to be kind of hard to show on the video, but you get these little pins for the leg stands that hold this side in place. You remove those, comes free there. I remove the other 2. So there are your 4 pins right here that make the leg stands, and this thing pretty much folds up fairly obviously into a little square like so. Came with little 4 pins stored in here. You could tape those in place if you wanted to, rubber band them in place, whatever. Put that there, and it will all fit inside the original cardboard here if you want to put it back into that. If you want to just put it in here and store it, tape it back up, something like that, maybe put it in a plastic bag, whatever. that's fine. No big deal there. But for a little basic, low-cost prepping for winter prep and cooking, hey, why not utilize all your options? No reason to waste all the full charcoal load out that you need to run your full Weber grill or whatever, when you can use something smaller and more efficient, frankly. Yes, I love my Weber. My Weber's great. Use it all the time, but do I really want to use half a bag of charcoal when I can get away with just a small amount for a quick, brief cooking session? So for 10 bucks, it's not bad. Let me flip it over, show you the image again. Again, 10 bucks, made by SE. I don't know what that stands for. Portable folding barbecue grill. Just thought I'd share that. I may pick up another one, just store around somewhere else in case this one doesn't last in the long term. Still probably a good idea, because I always keep 3 or 4 extra bags of charcoal supply around, just in case. MP Prepper out.